Okay, everybody, here is day one of the final review. So I made up a worksheet to help you out with the final, and so I'm going to go ahead and go through it with you. If you want to watch the film, that would help you a whole lot. So here we go. Let's solve for x in each example. You should know how to do this, so we're just going to go plus 15, right? We'll have a 3x equals, what's that, a 33, I think. We'll divide by 3, x equals 11. Boom. So anytime you want to pause the video, go ahead. I'm just going to cruise right through this. Number 2, I'm going to go minus 6. I have 2/3 x equals a negative 24. Now, what do I do with fraction? Two ways. One, you could multiply by 3. That's what a lot of kids do. Do it 2 steps, times by 3, times by 3. I get 2x equals negative 72, I think. And then divide by 2, x is negative 36. Okay? 12, same kind of thing, it's just backwards, that's all. So I got to go to minus 4 there. I got to be careful. Minus 4, because the x is over here. So I get 8 equals negative 3x. I'm going to divide by negative 3, and I don't know, what's that, 2 2/3? Negative 2 2/3, or 2.6666. Either way, that's the answer. Okay, number 4, I'm going to distribute first. This times this, this times this. So I'm going to get a 2x minus 10 equals this times this, a 3x plus 6. I've got x's on both sides. I like to get rid of the smallest one first. So I go minus 2x, I'll have a negative 10 equals an x plus 6. I'll go minus 6, I'll have a negative 16 equals x, and that's the answer, because it's just x. 4 looks kind of big, but we just have to tidy it up. So the first thing I'll do is I'll put these two groupings of x's together, combine them. I'll get a negative 1x plus 10 equals, well, I'll distribute here. Times that times that, and I'll get a 2x plus 6 plus another 1x. Okay, that is a 1x, right? So then I'll combine these two x's here, and I'll have a 3x plus 6, and of course that still is equal to a negative 1 plus 10. Okay, now I'm going to solve. I like to get rid of the smallest one first. I'm going to go plus 1x plus 1x. I'll bet 10 equals a 4x plus 6. Okay, I'm cruising. I'm going to go minus 6. I'll have 4 equals 4x. Okay, I'm running out of room, but if I divide by 4, I'll have x equals 1. Okay, go ahead and pause it anytime you want if I'm going too fast. I'm just going to keep doing these, okay? Number 6, I'm going to distribute first. I'm going to go that times that. So I get a 2x minus 8 equals a 2x plus 19, okay? Boy, if I subtract 2x from both sides, something weird is going to happen. Oh, no, the x's are gone. I have a negative 8 equals 19. Well, the x's are gone. There could be no answer at all, no solution. So we're going to say no solution. Okay. Number 7, cruising along. Again, pause the video anytime you think I'm going too fast. That's fine. I'll combine these two, and I'll get a 2x plus 12. And on the other side, I'll distribute. This times this, and I get a 2x plus 12. Wait a minute. 2x plus 12 equals 2x plus 12. It's the exact same equation. So in this case, every possible x will always be equal because it equals itself. So we're going to say that the solution is infinitely many solutions. There you go. All right, now that's page 1. Let's look at the back side. On the back side, we have to solve and graph a number line. Okay, well, I'm going to solve this. I'm going to go minus 6. I'll have a 3x is greater than, what's that, 12, right? And divide by 3, x is greater than 4. So I need to do a number line. I'm going to make sure 4 is on that number line. So I'll have a negative 3, positive 3, 4, 5, so forth and so on. I do know I need an open circle because there's no equal sign. And then I'm just going to go ahead and shade everything greater than 4, and there's my answer. Okay. All right, number 9. I'm going to solve. I am going to probably have to switch the sign because it's negative, but I haven't got there yet. So first, let's just go ahead and go minus 12. I'll have a negative 3x greater than or equal to 6. When I divide by a negative, I'm going to turn the sign. So we're going to rewrite this as x is less than or equal to negative 2. I'm going to shade the other way, so let's put down negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. I'm going to have a closed circle because it is equal to negative 2, so close my circle, make it nice and dark. And I'm shading the opposite direction because I switch the sign and it's less than or equal to. Okay, all right, there you go. 10 is a compound inequality. It's an AND statement, so I'm going to go negative 3. I know 0 is right about here, and 5 is up here. It's going to be greater than or equal to negative 3. Okay, close circle. Greater than or equal to is this way, but at the same time, and it has to be less than 5, so open circle. And I'm going to go less than 5, so it's everything in between negative 3 and 5. Okay. 11, I'm going to solve for w, and it has a formula. It's p equals 2w plus 2l. So to solve for w, I'm going to get w by itself. Let me go ahead and circle w so I know that's the one I'm looking for. I want that by itself. I want to get rid of everything around it. So I'm going to go minus 2w. Minus 2l, minus 2l. I have p minus 2l. I can't subtract them. P is an L, so you can't subtract, so just leave it that way. Equals at 2w. I'm still trying to solve w. Divide by 2 to cancel out the 2. Divide by 2, and I'll have p minus 2l over 2 equals w. Okay, that's my answer. I solve for w. Okay, now, number 12. Solve for h. Well, h is right there. That's pi times r squared times h. I'm going to do the opposite of times by pi times by r squared. I'm just going to divide both sides by pi and r squared. Both sides by pi and r squared. So what happens is the pi cancels and the r squared cancels, and all you're left with is h, which is what you wanted, okay? H equals, well, it is v divided by pi r squared. And that's your answer. You can't divide them. V's and r's, it's different variables, so unless we know what the variables are, we can't do anything about it. But the second piece we do. We know the volume is 200, so I'll put 200 here over pi, and then the radius is 5, so I'll go times 5 squared. To put that in a calculator, I have to be a little bit careful, okay? I'm going to make sure that I have the entire bottom 200 divided by both of these. So I'm going to be careful on my calculator. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to make sure I go 200 divided by parentheses. I got to put the whole thing in the bottom. I got to put the pi in the denominator, and I've got to go times 5 squared parentheses. So all of that is my denominator, and I'll get an answer of about 2.546. Okay, or about, we'll say 2.5, close enough. So h is approximately 2.5. I suppose is it inches? Doesn't really say. Oh, centimeters. There you go. Centimeters. All right. There you go. Okay, we're almost done. Now 13 and 14 are what we've been working on this week. So let's look at that. This last week, I mean. So 25 is a base of 5. So the same base. So 25 is 5 squared. Okay. So I've got 5 squared, but I've got, don't forget the x, so I have 5 to the 2x equals a 5 to the x plus 3. Okay, once we have the exact same bases, we can just solve for the exponents. Okay, so I want to look at, we're going to solve for 2x equals x plus 3. All right, then I'm going to solve, I'm just going to go minus x. I'll have x equals 3, and that is your answer. Okay, that's a 3. All right, almost there. 32, now I need the same base. So I need really base 2, I really do. 32, if you look at your notes, 32 is 2 to the 5th. I've got a 1/4. If I look again, 1/4 is the same as 1 over 2 squared, which is 2 to the negative 2. So I'm going to change 1/4 into that. So change 1/4 into 2 to the negative 2, but don't forget your x. I have the same base. Once I have the same base, I can just have these two equal each other. I'll have a 5 equals a negative 2x, and then I'll solve, and I'll divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, and that's my answer. My answer is negative 2.54x. Okay, that's review 1. I want you to take really good notes. I want to make sure this is in your notes because when the final comes, you can use your notes. Hopefully you'll have this. All right, there you go. That's all I have.